Hey guys, and welcome to another season of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and in this season, we uncover the remarkable power of genuine compassion and insightful vision. This season, we're here to show the world that we, as individuals, are the brand, regardless of misconceptions. Join us as we go deep into the inspiring journeys of our guests, each one a testament to the impact and influence of kindness and creativity. Don't just take my word for it. Hear their stories, feel their passion, and discover the transformative potential within us all. So stay tuned as we shine a light on the truths that connects us and inspires change. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Us People podcast. I'm your host, Savia Rocks, and today I just wanted to talk to you about what it's actually like to take a break. Sometimes in life, you can feel like even though you're doing something you love, you need to take a break from everyone and everything around you. And believe me, there's nothing wrong with doing that. I found that taking a break can help me get my thoughts together, be conscious of who I am, but also spiritually be loyal to who I am as a person, but also protect my own energy. And I find that so important. Also, for the past couple of weeks, you may have noticed that I decided not to put out a podcast, not because I didn't have any. It was just surely because I wanted to take a break to see how I can look at things from a bird's eye view, to see how rest would do something positive for me. And sometimes we spend so much of our lives trying to get out there, trying to make people find out who we are and just adapt and apply our being to people in the world, that sometimes we forget to take a break for ourselves. And I find that's abundantly something that we need to learn to do more. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning your passion. That's not true at all. It's more about taking a step back to see who's really there for you, the perspectives of life, but also seeing your own boundaries for yourself, of knowing when to step back and just say, I love what I do, but it's okay for me to take a break to realize, yes, my love and my passion for what I do every day is not easy. And people also need to understand that when you do what you love, it's more than just a 9 to 5. Sometimes it's a 12 to 12. Or even it could be sometimes even, I know people who love what they do so much that they literally work 20 hours a day or even 22 hours a day. And sometimes that's what it's like being a creative people. I was listening to something today and the lady said we are all born creative. And one of the most fundamental things I found is that being born creative is true. And I find that the educational system, in some perspectives, does stop you from being creative. It just stops you. It deads, I should say it like that. It deads your morale and your creativity within your mind for you to be able to do what you want to do. Because sometimes in education, they give you limits on what you can and can't do. And for me, I don't believe in limits. I never have. And I think that's why I always think, when they say sky is the limit, I think beyond that. I don't even think the universe is the limit. I just think that anything that you want in your life, you just have to apply yourself. And don't get me wrong, it's abundantly hard and it's not going to be easy. But at the same time, if you want it as bad as you do, the universe will find gaps and opportunities and spaces for you to be able to receive it. No one can ever tell you that, your vision, you're not capable of getting your vision or being able to extract what you want from your life. Only you can do that. That's only you can say yes or no. People will try to stop you. Believe me, they will. And I think over the past 2 weeks of just having a rest, I've realized that even though people say they are there for you, sometimes they're there for their own benefits. And I know that some of you may know this already, but some of us take a longer time to understand this. But also it makes me laugh in a way, because it's quite saddening, or disappointing I should say, where you have a talent and other people want to benefit from your talent, or just because they feel that they have powers in certain areas, that in order to help you, that they can try and have power over you because they know that you need that help. And this is something I'm going to say. To be quite fair, you don't need their help as much as you think. If something is planned and meant for you, it will happen. There are people who have their old mentality, and I call it ignorance. And I know you've most probably heard me say this a bunch of times, where I've said ignorance, and I mean the lack of knowledge. And I'm sure if you know me by now, you will know that when I say ignorance, it's just that because I love to educate people and I love to do it in the most positive way. I never have to get angry when someone is coming across ignorant. I just have a conversation, and even if they don't want to be educated, because that's another thing as well, a person who feels like they have power doesn't want to be educated by somebody who is calm, knows themselves, and is not afraid of them. People feel threatened by a person who knows themselves and hasn't got those insecurities. So this is why I say in this episode of just me talking to you that there is nothing wrong with you taking a break in your life, even when you're doing something that you fundamentally love. Continue to do what you love. Don't let no one stand in your way. And it's so important that you to understand and just know that if there is something that you want in your life, your journey is completely different from another person's. And once you understand that, you may have to graft or grind, as they say, a lot harder than the next individual. Because maybe some people, as we know, were given things on a plate. But for you, you have to work harder. So even if it's you waking up at 5 o'clock every morning to start your day and start planning and doing things, you do it because you'll feel a lot more gratitude, love and respect for yourself, climbing that ladder by yourself or for yourself. And I've learned that. And even over like I said, these past 2 weeks, I think I've given my soul a rest to understand that there's nothing wrong with just letting go and saying no. Don't feel like you're obligated to say yes to everyone, because in the world I've realized you're not going to please everyone. Everyone has a right to have an opinion. They do. Everyone does have a right to have an opinion. But don't let their opinion steer you away from what is destined for you. It's sad and disappointing, like I say, that people do that in the first place in order to make themselves feel like they can have some power. But the most powerful person is you. And you decide, and only you decide, what affects you from yourself and from other people. But I just want to say thank you for listening to me now, listening to the episodes in the past of the Us People podcast, where one of the best things that I feel I can ever do in my life is give people a platform to be able to share and talk but also show, like I said, creativity is in every single one of us. I've had to battle for many years to make people understand that creativity is not just in the arts. We are creative as doctors, lawyers, scientists, not just, artists, songwriters, musicians. We are abundantly gifted and creative in every single thing that we do. And I think that's my mission in life, is to make people more aware of that, but to also make people understand that in poetry, in songwriting, yes, we have creativity, but also scientists, like I said, are creative, therapists are creative, doctors are creative, lawyers are creative. All of us at some point in our lives, in our professions, will be creative. And I'll keep pushing that so people can understand, and don't let the educational system steer you away or limit your ability to say that you are abundantly creative in anything that you want to do in your life. So guys, this is where I say thank you for listening. Stay happy, stay positive, and as always, please, from me, Savia Rocks, continue to be kind to one another. Take care.
Society has made me want to validate me from my illusion that awaits me, from how the people will perceive me. It's my illusion that awaits me. We fight in our war with ourselves. Our mental health is silencing us from our heart. Social media is taking our time from connecting with each other, soul to soul. Why we dance on TikTok, strike a post on Instagram, fight the world on a Twitter feed, link a thing on Snapchat. Why we dance on TikTok, strike a post on a Instagram, fight the world on a Twitter feed, link a thing on Snapchat. Why we dance on TikTok? Inside me, but the social media's corrupting me from being who I am every day. Different possibilities within inside me. We fight in our war with ourselves. Our mental health is silencing us from our heart. Social media is taking our time from connecting with each other, soul to soul. Why we dance on TikTok, strike a post